In this video, I want to show you how you can set up the WebViewGold Cloud Builder to automatically build, update, and code sign your Android WebViewGold applications and distribute them to the Google Play Store in just one click. You will never have to open Android Studio again, lose your key store, or, have to rebuild the whole project and spend hours and hours of building it with countless build failures. Just when there's a new version of WebView Gold, it's now fully on the cloud. It's one click. It is the simplest way to set it up, and you will never have to worry about updates ever again. It's fully handled all automatically. So let me show you how easy it is to set this up. So as you can see inside of the WebView Cloud Builder, we have already linked it with our Android license. Now you need to have a WebView Gold license and then upgrade that to be compatible with the WebView Gold Cloud Builder. And then what we need to do is we need to, of course, upload and link it with our WebView URL. You can just easily paste this in this visual interface inside of here. You don't have to work with Java files and put the code in there or touch any code. It's fully no code. And then we just need to upload an Android icon in this example. So let's upload our Android icon with extra safe area. There you go. And we have this Android icon beautifully uploaded, and we even get a preview in how it will look. It's very important that it's 1024 by 1024. Now, and it needs to be a PNG and no transparent background. I have to mention that you cannot have transparent background on the home screen icon. Not allowed with Android and iOS. And then we need to set up the splash screen. That is mandatory in order to even go to a point where you can build the application, because you can't build an application without a splash screen and without an icon, right? There needs to be something that the user clicks on. So inside of here, you can just click on Upload Icon, and you can just take your GIF. For the GIF, I actually personally prefer having a transparent background on it. You can do it for the splash screen GIF and add a transparent background to it. So it's just nicer. You can set a custom background and it will look a little bit nicer. You can tune the size and adjust that very nicely here. And then there's so many other settings that you can all set up fully no code. You don't have to touch any Java files or Kotlin files to get this set up. You have integrations with OneSignal. It's super simple to set up here. You got it all visually. You can, adjust all those settings. You can also configure complex add-ons like Screen Shield and deep linking for associated domains and associated URLs and app links. Just a switch to enable it. It's fully no code. You can do complex setups like smart widgets to include them and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is only relevant for Swift, so the only ones that are fully hybrid is Share Into App. That would be applicable for Android here, but it's just one click to include those native targets, and you don't have to spend, multiple minutes figuring out what files to unquote to add the capability and all of that. So it's a very nice visual experience. Now that's the configuration. That is easy. But now here comes the coolest thing, the code signing and the development process, like building the application. That is also fully no code. And I want to show you how simple it is to set that up. So when we click here on Publish App, we will get all those options here to publish and build our application. And now let's take a look at how we can link it with our Google developer account and how we can set that up. So we can go to Google Android here. And inside of here, we have a few options. Now, with Android, you need to have a key store. You can either upload your existing key store that is fully supported if you already have a project, or you can generate a new key store with just the click of a button and you can export it. It's yours. So let's generate the key store here for this application, for this Android application. It's very simple and it does it fully automatically. You don't have to have, Android Studio or something. It creates a real key store for you. You get the password, you can export it. It's fully yours. There you go. And now that application is already signed. It just took a couple of minutes. Now we need to set a development team. I don't have a development team yet. So in order for us to get this development team all set up, we need to add a new development account for Android. So for that, we can click on here, add new developer account, and we need to create a Google Service account and upload the JSON for the Google Service account inside of here. So let me show you how simple it is to do that. So we're now going to go to Google Cloud Console, and we probably want to create a new project. So let's just create a new project here in the Google Cloud Console. I'm just going to call this WebView Gold app in this example, or actually it's WebView Cloud. So because it does it all for you, WebView Gold means you have to do it yourself. That's the framework, but it's actually now cloud because it does it all for you. It's fully automated. So let's give it that name here, but you can name it whatever you want. It doesn't matter at all. And now it creates and provisions the project. You can now go on select project to open it. And as you can see, we now are in the WebView Cloud app. And now we can set up the service account to sign and distribute the application through Google Cloud to the Google Play Store. So now, in order to get there, we will go to IAM and admin. And under there, we will have the option for service accounts. So we're going to go to service accounts. Beautiful. Now we're going to create a new service account here. And we're going to name this WebView Cloud app, or you can make it just your app name or whatever you want to do. Now we get this email here for the service account. Now there's something we got to do with this email actually, but we'll skip that process just for now. Let's go on to create and continue. Now we need to select a role. The role will be service account user, and we will select service account user, and we're going to go on continue. There you go. Now we go on done, and now we have the service account created. Now we're going to go on the three dots, and I also should mention you only need to go through this process if you don't have a development team set up. Right now I don't have any. This is a one-time setup. You'll do this once for all your applications. So if you already have the setup, you can skip this process that we're doing here. And then also the profile creation and the app creation, that's also one time. This setup here is one time. After that, it takes 1 minute to make an update on your application. It's literally just clicking a button. So just wanted to mention that. But now if we go inside of here, go on to actions, we can click on the three dots here, and we're going to go to manage keys. Now we can add a new key and create a new key. We'll select it as JSON, we'll create, and now this will download the key. There you go. I'm just going to save it to my desktop. And now we're going to go to the WebView Cloud Editor, and we're going to upload our Google Service account. We'll go on done, and now we're going to click on link with Google. Now this creates the integration between the WebViewGold Cloud Builder and the Google Service account. So now under development team here, we can click on here and select WebView Cloud app. And now we have it connected with the Google Service account for code signing. Now, it's not complete. And this is where most people forget this part, and that's why their build fails and the publishing fails. You need to click here on Manage Integration and make sure that the API is enabled. As you can see, I clicked on here, it automatically logged me into the correct project, but it still says Enable. So we need to click on Enable, and we need to activate this API. So always make sure that this is activated. Now it did activate it, so let's double check it by clicking on Manage Integration here again. And this will now say API enabled. That's what we needed to say. This means the connection was successful. So now we have access to those code signing and distribution capabilities here. Now the account is linked and we have all of that set up. But it still needs to be linked with the store listing. If you're going to build this now, parts of it will work, but it will not have the distribution access to the Google Play Store already set up. So what we need to do is we need to take this email, remember? So we go one step back here and we go on service accounts and we have this email here. We copy this email address and we're going to go to our Google Play console first of all, we are either going to go into our existing app or create a new app. In this example, we're just going to create a new app. And I'm going to call this example app. We're going to select app, free, and we're going to select all the policies. We're going to go on create app here. This will now load a little bit. It'll take a little bit. Google is a little bit slow when it comes to loading those kinds of things. But bear with me. There we go. Now we have this all set up. Now there are a few things that we need to do. So first of all, let's go here into our application and let's go on set up your app. And let's make sure that we first have a privacy policy set up, because we actually can't publish the application until we have a privacy policy URL added. Again, while you're developing, this could be example.com, which I'm going to put inside of here. There you go. It doesn't really matter. The only thing is it just needs to have something in there. Otherwise, the API won't work, because Google seems to be very particular about people having a privacy policy. So they lock some actually code signing functionalities until you have that set up. So now that's pretty much everything we need. Now we go back here on all apps and we have this app created. We have the privacy policy added. And now we're going to go on users and permission in the Google Play console. And now we're going to click on those three dots here, invite new user. We're going to paste this email here that we got from the service account, remember? And then we are going to go on app permissions and we're going to give it access to our application. Let's apply, and let's invite this user. Let's send the invite, and now our service account has access to our developer account. And that is all we need to have this integration nicely set up. And now we're here. And obviously, when you want to get it into the store, you have to just follow this checklist with all the questionnaires, but we're not going to do this in the video because it's just like answering a bunch of random questions they have to give your app a rating, like 16 plus, 18 plus, 21 plus, and so on and so forth. But now that we have this set up here, we got everything going on. We got the icon, right? We got the splash screen. We got all the settings that we want. We have the development team added. The integration is active. Always double check on those things. There you go, API enabled. Now we got everything set up. We got our key store and we can exploit. It's fully ours. And, you know, you never have to worry about losing the key store because it's obviously stored now on the cloud. And now we can just go on publish project. This will now build the application. It will now connect to a Mac computer that runs Android Studio remotely for you. So you don't need to have a computer. You could technically do this from an iPad. And now it starts building the application on a Mac M2 and it's preparing the build machine. Now it's building it in Android Studio. You don't have to touch any of the code. It's a robot doing it all for you right now. So you can just lean back, get a coffee, go to Starbucks and just enjoy the next 30 minutes. That's about the time it takes for it to fully build the application. So we're just going to make a little cut here and then we'll be back with the application successfully built. And then there are a few last steps that are specifically something that we have to do for Android to create an automation with the store. So we have an automated release cycle going on. It sounds more complicated than it is. It is quite simple. It's just dragging and dropping a file. Take care and see you in the next cut, for you the second. So the application was now successful. That is good news. So let's check this out here. There are a few cool things that we can take a look at now. We can now see in the build history that this Android build was successful. And we can also click on Test APK, and this will give you inside of here a way for you to download the APK. It's a public link. You can share this with your friends and family and colleagues or whoever you want to share that, and they can click on Download APK on their Android device, and they can test it directly on their device without going through the store. So that's something that you can do, and then it downloads the APK file. Now, I'm particularly interested in getting it into the store with the official testing cycle. So let's take a look at that. If you see inside of here in the editor, we now have connect with Google Play, because what happened? It built the AAB, that's the Android app bundle, but it's not linked with the store yet. It's not linked with the store listing. So the first time we need to download the AAB, and we're going to put it onto our desktop here. And we're now going to go to the Google Play console. Inside of our application, we're going to go to Test and Release. We're going to go to Testing, and we're going to go to Internal Testing. And then we're going to create a new release. And now we're just going to drag our AAB file inside of here. This will now take a little bit. It's optimizing it, scanning it for viruses, all that kind of stuff. And then in the meantime, you can give it a release name if you want. I'll just let it automatically set one. You'll get an automatic release name when it finishes, or we should be. Let's see, it's still loading a little bit. Just give it a couple of minutes. And then you could also put some release notes inside of you that you want your tester to see, maybe some instructions or something like this. Should be done any second. Optimizing it for distribution. There you go. And now you see it already created a release name. You can change the release name. I'm just going to call this first release manual. There you go. So I know this was the manual upload, not the automated one. Now I'm going to go on next. And now we're just going to confirm this. It will give us warnings. That's like, hey, please tell us how you're processing data. Please finish your onboarding setup. You can ignore them for now while you're testing, but they get relevant when you're trying to go into the store and submit it to app review. Now, here's the thing. We have our release updated. If we go to testers, we can invite our testing team here and save that. Or we could, add more testers into it and just put their Google accounts in here if you want them to test their application. And now you have this link here. You can copy this link, open this on an Android device to test the application. So let's do this actually. But while we're doing that and while we're going to get the Android device set up here, there are a few things that we want to do in the meantime. Because here's what happened. We got it now on the store and we can actually promote the release and, promote it to production if we want. But there's one critical step that we still need to complete. We now have the integration all of that set up. And now we have the app bundle uploaded to the store. If we now rebuild this one more time, it will automatically link with the store where WebView Cloud has direct access to push updates to your store. Because in iOS, you upload your bundle ID and that's how you identify where it has to go. Where in Android, the bundle ID comes from the AAB that you upload. So that's only then when they know where to send stuff to. So we're just going to go on Publish App. And we're going to go on Google Android, and we will now click on Publish Project to resubmit it one more time. And that is exactly the process that you'll be doing moving forward. The next time you want to get an update on the Google Play Store using WebView Cloud, WebViewGold Cloud Builder, you don't have to go through this whole setup that we did before. You just go on Publish App, you go on Android, you go on Publish Project, and you're now using the latest version of WebViewGold with the latest SDKs, the latest configurations, the latest operating system capabilities. You lean back, you go again to Starbucks, get a coffee, relax, and it does it all for you. And now it builds it. And that's the process. That's how simple it is. So we're doing a little bit of setup to go to a point where we get to this one-click distribution setup. But now the nice thing is, when this build finishes, because now we have the email from the service account linked with the user access of the Google Play console, and we already have the first manual bundle uploaded. When this build is successful and finished, we will see this message disappear, and now we will see that it was automatically sent to the Google Play Store without us manually uploading a file, which is a way more convenient experience. That's the whole idea of this. So let's just give it some time, because I'm just going to get my Android device and show you in the meantime how you can test the application on your physical Android device with this web link. So let's take a look at that. So I got my Android device now all set up here with screen mirroring. And now let's take a look at how it works when it comes to testing it. So we can go to testers. And you see we have this join on the web. You can send this link to all your testers. Let's copy this link here. And let's open my Android device. And I'm just going to paste this inside of here, I'm going to open it. And now I will open a Google Play Store page asking me to accept this invite to test this application. Let's accept the invite, and then we can download it here on the Google Play Store. So now we can just install the application. There you go. It'll install the application from the Google Play Store for all your beta testers here that are in your internal testing group. And you can invite everybody from your team inside of there, your clients, whatever. So now it's installing the application, and now we can open it to test it. As you can see, we got the beautiful splash screen. We got all the notification pop-ups here and all that kind of stuff. And we got the application all going. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is how we do it. This is how we test it. We got the application now here going on. Now, let's check back in on our build, right? So if we go back to WebViewGold Cloud Builder here, we will see that now this Connect with Google pop-up disappeared, and now we have a new successful build. This means it successfully pushed it, so now the integration is complete. So what does that mean? If you go back to your Google Play Store and go on releases and refresh the page, you will see a new release that was created by the WebViewGold Cloud Builder. And in order to test that release, you have to promote the release because right now it's a draft. So how does that work? You see this new release that was automatically added, like you don't have to manually push it on there. It automatically appears inside of here. You go on Edit Release. And then it's already uploaded, you got everything already figured out and set up. You just click on Next, just approve it, save and publish, and that's it. It's 2 clicks, and now you can test it. It's the new latest release, and then your testers can just go on the link again, which you already have set up, and they can just update the application on the store with their new release version. So if I take a look in here, if I would be going to the store, now, I could go to the store to my applications and get the new version, but I'm already enrolled in it. So you would then just, refresh the store page and you can kind of like get that all sorted out. But there you go. That's how simple that works. And now whenever there is another update that you want to do for your application, you go on Publish App, you go on Google Android, and you publish a new project. It's literally just a click to get it out there. And that's it. And then you will just go into here under internal testing. You go on releases, which you can find here under testing, internal testing, releases. You will see your draft release. You click on edit, approve, and then they can test the latest version. And then if you want to promote the release, right? Let's say the testing was successful. You go on promote release to production. Click on here, that moves it into the production bucket. You can send it to app review and it'll be on the Google Play Store. And that's how simple that is. And if you have any questions about the process, you need any help with anything, go to the WebView Cloud editor and click on support. And we're here to help you day and night, and we'll get everything sorted out and get your application on the store. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that, and can't wait to see all the amazing automatically deployed applications and all the time that you're saving be on the store. Thank you so much for watching, and let us know if you need any help with this. Take care. Bye.